If I told you that 97 out of 100 people will live their entire lives working hard and still die broke, would you believe me? Not because they're stupid, not because they're lazy, but because no one ever taught them how the rich really think. The truth is, wealth isn't about hustle. It's not about education. It's not even about talent. It's about mastering the one thing schools never teach: your mind. And if you don't learn to control it, someone else will. And they'll use it to sell you a life you never asked for. Right now, in the world's richest countries like the USA and UK, millions of people live paycheck to paycheck. They work 9 to 5, follow the rules, pay taxes, obey the system, yet by the time they retire, they barely have enough to survive. No freedom, no passive income, no legacy. Just stress, debt, and regret. And maybe you're one of them, you've been told. Go to school, get a degree, get a stable job, save for retirement. But deep down, you feel something's wrong. You work hard, but you're not getting ahead. You're smart, but your bank account doesn't reflect it. You've got dreams, but they're buried under bills, expectations, and fears. If you've ever looked at your life and thought, "Is this all there is?" then this audiobook is for you. In 1908, a young journalist named Napoleon Hill was sent to interview Andrew Carnegie, the richest man of his time. But instead of a quick interview, Carnegie offered him a challenge. Do you want to know the real secret to building wealth? Not just money, but total success in life. Carnegie didn't hand him a check. He handed him a mission. Hill spent the next 25 years studying over 500 self-made millionaires: Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, and more. He discovered something shocking. None of them were born rich. Many were dropouts. Some had nothing but a burning desire and a refusal to quit. They all used the same invisible system: a mindset, a way of thinking so powerful it could turn thoughts into wealth. That system became Think and Grow Rich. But here's the problem. Most people read it and forget it. Some never apply it, and others simply don't understand how to use it in today's modern world. This isn't just a book about making money. It's a system to rewire your brain for wealth, clarity, purpose, and power. It teaches you that riches don't come from luck, background, or talent. They come from how you think, what you believe, and what you're willing to do relentlessly. Today in 2025, the rules have changed. AI is replacing jobs. Inflation is killing savings. Degrees don't guarantee success anymore. But one thing still works: a focused, unshakable, unstoppable mind. If you can control your thoughts, you can shape your destiny. If you can build belief, you can build wealth. If you can turn desire into action, you can create a life people told you was impossible. In the next 30 minutes, we'll walk you through 13 proven principles that have created more millionaires than any book in history. But you won't just hear them, you'll feel them. Because each chapter will give you a dopamine-driven lesson, a real-life relatable story, a clear, simple action step. You don't need another video. You don't need another course. You need this system applied with ruthless consistency. So here's your moment. Pause the world. Turn off distractions. And listen closely. Because if you commit to this journey, not just with your ears, but with your heart, this won't be just another audiobook. This will be the moment everything changes. Welcome to Think and Grow Rich, rewired for the modern mind. Chapter 1. Desire, the starting point of all riches. Have you ever stared at your bank account and felt your stomach sink? Wondering how someone as smart, hardworking, and driven as you is still stuck? While others seem to print money in their sleep, let me tell you something the world won't. You don't stay broke because you're not trying. You stay broke because you've never truly made a decision. A decision so powerful, so emotional, so obsessive, that failure becomes impossible. That decision is called desire. It's a first door to wealth. In the US and UK, we are taught from a young age to wish for success. I hope I get rich. I'd love to be a millionaire someday. I just want financial freedom, but here's the brutal truth. Wishing is for losers. Desire is for winners. Wishing says, it'd be nice if. Desire says, this will happen no matter what. Now that, my friend, is the difference between people who scroll past motivational videos. It's the ones who end up owning the building. Let me take you back to a little boy named Edwin C. Barnes. He wasn't rich. He had no degree, no connections, not even a proper suit. But he had one thing: a burning, borderline obsessive desire to work with the great inventor Thomas Edison. Not for him, with him. Didn't say I'll apply and see what happens. He said, I will partner with Edison and I'll do whatever it takes. So Barnes jumped on a freight train, yes, a dirty cargo train with just enough coins for food, and one thought in his head: I will succeed or die trying. When he finally reached Edison's office, he didn't beg, said confidently, I've come to go into business with you, Edison later said. There was something in his eyes, a determination that refused to be denied. Barnes didn't become his partner overnight. He started by cleaning floors, making coffee, running errands. But he never complained because in his mind he was already a business partner. And years later, that dream became reality. He became one of Edison's closest allies and made a fortune distributing one of Edison's products. All because of one thing: desire. Obsessive, relentless, unshakable. Napoleon Hill makes it clear: desire is the starting point of all achievement. Not hope, not wishes, but a pulsating desire that defies logic. This isn't about just wanting something. It's about deciding, with every cell in your body, that you must have it. And until you make that decision, every goal is just a fantasy. Modern neuroscience backs this up. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system. It acts like a filter. It shows you what you've decided is important. Once you write down a goal and feed it into your brain every day with intensity, your mind starts noticing opportunities that align with it. Your focus sharpens, your self-talk shifts, and your reality bends toward your vision. Desire isn't some woo-woo thing. It's mental software programming. And the more emotionally charged your goal is, the faster your brain works to make it happen. Here's exactly what you need to do. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Step 1. Write your burning goal. Be specific. Not I want more money. Instead, I will earn $250,000 by December 31st, 2025 by growing my digital design business. Step 2. Write what you'll give in return. Nothing comes for free. What are you willing to sacrifice? Time, Netflix, comfort zone. I will work 3 extra hours daily, give up all distractions, and invest in learning high-income skills. Step 3. Set a deadline. Your brain works best with urgency. A vague timeline kills energy. Pick a date. Burn it into your mind. Step 4. Repeat it morning and night. Read it aloud when you wake up and before you sleep. Not like a robot. With emotion, with conviction, with obsession. This isn't just a ghoul, it's your new identity. People ask, how do I stay motivated? That's the wrong question. Ask instead, what do I desire so deeply? I can't afford to fail. If you don't have that yet, find it, write it, live it. Because if your desire is weak, life will always win. But if your desire is fire, no one can stop you. The next chapter will unlock the one secret that turns your desire into unshakable belief so strong it can bend reality. It's called faith. And without it, even the strongest goal will collapse under pressure. So stay tuned, this journey has just begun. Chapter 2. Faith. The mindset that makes the impossible inevitable. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. Behind you is your current life routine, safe, unfulfilling. In front of you is the life you truly want: wealth, purpose, impact. But there's a gap, a bridge you can't see, and the only way across is to walk forward in total belief before the bridge even appears. That's not magic. That's faith. And without it, you'll never take the first step. Let's be real. In America, in the UK, in most modern societies, people are drowning in doubt. We doubt the economy. We doubt the government. We doubt our employers. But worst of all, we doubt ourselves. And that's the deadliest virus of all. You want to start a business? But some voice inside says, what if I fail? You dream of becoming financially free, but you hear, people like me never make it. You think about doing something bold, quitting your job, chasing your purpose, but then comes the whisper, you're not good enough. Let me tell you the truth, they don't teach in school. If you don't learn to believe in yourself, the world will decide your worth for you. And guess what? It's always going to undervalue you. Let's go back to the early 1900s, to a man who didn't even finish elementary school, but he ended up creating one of the largest car empires the world has ever seen. His name, Henry Ford. Ford was ridiculed, mocked, called uneducated. When he announced he'd build a car for the common man, the experts laughed. When his engineers said his ideas were mechanically impossible, Ford said just one thing: build it anyway. They came back months later. It can't be done, Ford replied. Don't stop working until it is. That car, the Model T, the vehicle that revolutionized transportation, Ford didn't have a degree. But he had faith, not the religious kind, but a clear mental certainty that what he saw in his mind would exist in the real world. That unshakable belief is what Hill calls the state of faith. Here's what Napoleon Hill teaches. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced by autosuggestion. In simpler terms, faith isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Just like muscle, just like skill. Faith is a mental habit created through repetition and emotional intensity. Today, neuroscience confirms what Hill figured out 100 years ago. Every thought you repeat positive or negative wires your brain. It's called neuroplasticity. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm broke, I'm stuck, I can't do this, your brain starts to believe it. And worse, it starts filtering reality to prove you right. But if you reprogram your inner dialogue, if you flood your mind with vision, confidence, and certainty, even before there's evidence, your brain shifts, your identity shifts, your behavior follows, and your results transform. Faith is seeing with your mind before your eyes can confirm it. Let me give you a method so practically you can start today. Step 1. Write a bold statement of belief. Example: I believe I have the power to build a 7-figure business doing what I love. I am becoming a magnet for money, success, and opportunity. Step 2. Repeat it with emotion, twice a day, not like a robot. Say it out loud. Visualize it. Feel it. Morning and night. Why? Because your brain is in its most programmable state during those times. Step 3. Cancel the doubt. When a negative thought pops up, don't argue with it. Replace it. Say, that's not my thought anymore. I'm a different version of me now. Step 4. Stack proof. Each time you take a step toward your goal, track it. Did you wake up early to work on your business? Did you skip distractions today? Write it down. These micro-wins compound your faith over time. Here's the ultimate truth. Before the world believes in you, you must believe in yourself so fiercely that doubt becomes embarrassed to show its face. Faith isn't built when everything is going right. It's built when nothing is certain and you take action anyway. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for proof. Don't wait for applause. Decide what's true. Repeat it until you believe it. Act like it's real until it is. Chapter 3. Autosuggestion. How to reprogram your mind for wealth. Right now, there's a voice inside your head. It's talking nonstop. And here's the scary part. It's shaping your entire life. If that voice says you're not smart enough, it'll sabotage every opportunity. If it says you always fail, you'll unconsciously keep proving it true. But if you learn how to control it, you can reprogram that voice to turn you into a millionaire, a creator, a leader. That's the secret of autosuggestion. Yes. And once you master it, the world starts working for you instead of against you. Let me ask you something. When you look in the mirror, what does that inner voice say? Do you hear? You're behind? You should have achieved more by now. You're not special. You're average. People like you never really make it. Now here's the painful truth. Most people aren't broke because of a lack of skill. They're broke because of toxic self-talk they've repeated for 10, 20, 30 years without even realizing it. This isn't your fault. It's how the system works. From school, media, even family, you were programmed. Be realistic. Play it safe. Don't dream too big. And without knowing it, that messaging got recorded into your subconscious mind. And now it's running the show. Quietly, invisibly, but powerfully. Let's go back to one of the most emotionally powerful moments in Napoleon Hill's life. His son Blair was born without ears, medically deaf.
Doctor said he'd never hear.
never speak, never live a normal life. But Hill refused to accept that. He didn't say, "My son is disabled." He said, "My son will hear, my son will speak, my son will live a full life." And here's what he did that most parents never would. From the time Blair was a baby, Napoleon would whisper into his ears daily even when science said he couldn't hear. He'd say, "You have a gift. You're not limited. You were born to do great things." Years passed, and incredibly Blair began responding. He developed partial hearing. He learned to speak. He went to school. Eventually, he even helped others with hearing challenges find their voice. Why? Because Hill programmed that child's subconscious mind with a different belief system. He refused to let outside limitations define the inner narrative. That's the power of autosuggestion. Napoleon Hill defines autosuggestion as the agency through which every man may feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature. In simple terms, whatever you feed your brain, it eats. Feed it fear, and it builds anxiety. Feed it wealth, and it starts building your future. And the tool that feeds your subconscious? Repetition, emotion, intention. You can't just say you want to be rich. You have to repeat it with conviction till your subconscious starts believing it's already real. That's not woo-woo. That's how neural conditioning works. Your subconscious mind controls 90 to 95% of your behavior. It's like a supercomputer. But it doesn't judge right or wrong. It simply executes what it's been told repeatedly. Psychologists call it confirmation bias. Once your subconscious accepts a belief, it filters your reality to match it. Say you believe, "I'm bad with money." You'll ignore financial opportunities. You'll attract debt. You'll self-sabotage wealth. But say instead, "I attract money. I handle it well. I create wealth with ease." And your subconscious starts scanning for ways to prove that true by changing your habits, focus, and behavior. You don't have to fake it. You just have to repeat it with belief. Let me give you Hill's exact autosuggestion formulary wired for today's world. Step 1. Create your power statement. Be specific and positive. Example: I am building a business that earns me $100,000 per month. I serve people with value, and I attract wealth easily and ethically. Step 2. Repeat it twice a day, with emotion, morning and night. Don't just say the words. Feel the meaning. Visualize yourself already living it. Smell the leather of the car. Feel the ocean breeze at your dream vacation. Touch the keyboard of your six-figure business. Step 3. Write it out daily. Yes, by hand. Why? Because writing activates deeper neural pathways. It programs belief deeper than just thinking or reading. Step 4. Record and listen. Record your power statement in your own voice. Play it while walking, commuting, or sleeping. This builds passive subconscious reinforcement, even when you're tired or distracted. Step 5. Neutralize negative thoughts instantly. When a doubt pops up, don't fight it. Just say, "That's the old program. I don't believe that anymore." Replace it instantly with your power statement. Power! Your outer world is a reflection of your inner conversation. You can either keep recycling the same mental loops, or you can reprogram your reality one thought at a time. You're not too late. You're not too far behind. You're not too broken. You're just one new belief away from a new life. But belief doesn't come from outside. It starts with what you say to yourself. When no one's watching, so ask yourself, what will I choose to believe? Starting now. Chapter 4. Specialized knowledge. Why general education keeps you broke. If general education made people rich, every college graduate would be a millionaire. But they're not. In fact, most of them are buried under student debt, working jobs they hate, doing things they were never truly passionate about. Why? Because the system taught them to memorize facts, not monetize knowledge. The truth is, specialized knowledge, not general education, is what builds wealth in the real world. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. In the US and UK, people spend thousands of dollars and years of their life chasing degrees, only to end up stuck in jobs that barely pay the bills. They're told, just go to college, get good grades, you'll be successful. But no one tells them how to think, how to sell, how to invest, or how to solve real-world problems that people pay for. That's why the broke guy working 9 to 5 has a master's degree, and the high school dropout is running $1 million business. The education system trained people to fit into jobs, not to create their own opportunities. Let me introduce you to Charles M. Schwab. He wasn't the smartest guy in the room. He wasn't the most educated either. But Andrew Carnegie paid him the modern-day equivalent of over $1 million a year. Why? Because Schwab didn't just have general knowledge. He had specialized knowledge in managing people, extracting performance, and driving results. That's what Napoleon Hill discovered. It's not about how much you know, it's about what you do with what you know, and how uniquely relevant that knowledge is to solving high-value problems. Napoleon Hill breaks knowledge into 2 categories. 1, general knowledge, taught in schools. Broad, often outdated, hard to monetize. Specialized knowledge, specific, experience-driven, high demand, high income. Specialized knowledge is the gateway to wealth. And here's the twist. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know one thing really well that solves a real problem for real people, and learn how to package and present it. Today, the economy rewards those who master one of 3 things: money-making skills, problem-solving skills, influence and communication platforms like YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and podcasts allow anyone to monetize their unique skill or story. This is the new education. Learn what matters, apply it fast, earn while learning more, no permission slips, no degrees required. Here's how you build specialized knowledge that pays. Step 1. Identify your zone of interest or strength. Ask, what do people always come to me for? What problems can I solve faster than most? What could I spend hours doing without getting bored? Step 2. Pick a monetizable niche. Don't just follow passion, follow value. It's health, wealth, relationships, productivity, mindset, business, etc. Pick a niche where people already spend money. Step 3. Go deep, not wide. Forget being a jack of all trades. Go deep into one skill. Become the go-to fitness coach for busy moms. Master email marketing for online course creators. Get insanely good at solving one specific pain point. Step 4. Learn fast, implement faster. Use audiobooks, YouTube courses, mentorship. Then apply it. Launch a service. Start consulting. Teach it. Step 5. Build authority. Document your journey. Post content. Share results. Use social proof, testimonials, and real stories. Remember, people don't pay you for what you know. They pay you for the results you create. The rich don't have more degrees. They have more direction. They don't chase every piece of knowledge. They hunt down what's useful, profitable, and scalable. The world doesn't care about your GPA. It cares about your ability to solve problems. So ask yourself, what pain can I solve that people will happily pay for? Because once you answer that question, you'll never have to worry about money again. Chapter 5, Imagination. How to turn thoughts into tangible wealth? Every skyscraper, iPhone, and $1 million business started as a single thought in someone's mind. Imagination isn't fantasy. It's a preview of life's coming attractions. And in this chapter, you'll discover how to weaponize your imagination to build wealth, solve problems, and design the life you truly want. Most people have big dreams, but no idea how to make them real. They get stuck in the same 9-to-5 loop, scrolling through Instagram, watching others win, thinking if only I had the money, the time, the connections. But the truth is they don't have a resource problem. They have an imagination problem. The system taught them to memorize, repeat, obey, not to imagine, create, and lead. In the US and UK, schools rewarded right answers. But real life rewards new ideas. That's where the wealth is. Not in repeating what's been done, but imagining what's possible. Napoleon Hill shared the story of a young inventor with a crazy dream, Thomas Edison. Edison imagined a world where light didn't come from fire. People laughed. He failed 10,000 times. But his imagination was persistent, kept refining, experimenting, adjusting, until he gave the world the electric light bulb. Now look around you. That one thought changed the world. What if you treated your ideas the same way? What if instead of dismissing them, you cultivated them? Hill explains. There are 2 types of imagination. 1. Synthetic imagination. Rearranging old ideas into new combinations. Example, Uber combined taxis plus smartphones. 2. Creative imagination. Direct connection to the subconscious. Sparks brand new ideas and breakthroughs. Both are powerful, but neither work unless you train and use them. Imagination is a mental muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. In neuroscience, imagination activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, visualizing, and innovating. Your brain doesn't distinguish much between imagination and reality. That means what you visualize consistently, your brain starts believing and working toward. Top athletes use it. CEOs use it. Visionary creators use it. Because imagination gives you permission to go beyond your current reality. Want to earn more? Want to quit that soul-sucking job? Want to build a business that gives you freedom? It all begins with imagination. Step 1. Schedule imagination time every day. Set 10 to 15 minutes to sit in silence and ask, what do I want to create? What kind of life do I want to live? Problem can I solve in a unique way? Write it down, don't judge. Let the ideas flow. Step 2. Use visualization with precision. Close your eyes. Imagine the outcome you want in full detail. What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you helping? What does success feel like? This primes your brain to find opportunities and take aligned action. Step 3. Create an idea bank, buy a notebook, or start a digital doc. Every idea, big or small, goes in there. One of them might be your $1 million business. Step 4. Take micro actions. Pick one idea. Do something tiny to move it forward. Buy the domain name, make a rough sketch. Talk to one potential customer. Imagination plus action equals transformation. Step 5. Surround yourself with creators. Environment matters. Join mastermind groups. Consume content that sparks your thinking. Your imagination is contagious. Protect and feed it. Your current reality is not fixed. It's just the result of your past thinking. But your future, it's still being written. It starts in your imagination. Edison imagined light. Jobs imagined the iPhone. Oprah imagined impact. What will you imagine today? Because the greatest wealth on earth, ... was first imagined. Next chapter. Desire. The starting point of all achievement in the next chapter. We all talk about how to turn vague wishes into burning desires, and why that shift is the ultimate fuel for success. Chapter 6. Organized planning. Dreams die without a map. Hope is not a strategy. Dreams are not plans. And yet, most people confuse the two. They dream of becoming wealthy, of building businesses, of traveling the world. But they never sit down to create a plan. That's why dreams die. Because without a roadmap, even the best dreams get lost. In the US and UK, people are obsessed with motivation. They binge inspirational videos. They buy vision boards, talk about what they want to do someday. Ask them for their step-by-step plan to make it happen. Crickets. I'm still figuring it out. Here's the truth. If your goals don't live on paper, they don't exist. Napoleon Hill was clear. You must translate desire into its monetary equivalent through organized planning. You need more than hope. You need a blueprint. Let's look at Amazon. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, it wasn't a random idea. He made a detailed business plan. Step 1. Start with books. Step 2. Use data to dominate logistics. Step 3. Scale into a platform for everything. Bezos didn't rely on motivation. He relied on planning. And now, Amazon earns over $1 billion per day. It started with a clear, written, organized plan. Here's how Napoleon Hill says to plan effectively. Step 1. Build a mastermind group. Us. Surround yourself with 2 to 5 trusted people who complement your weaknesses. You're the visionary. Partner with executors? You lack financial knowledge? Bring in someone with it. You can borrow knowledge, but you can't borrow action. That's on you. Step 2. Write out your goal with deadlines. Be specific. I will earn $100,000. In 12 months, by selling high-ticket fitness coaching online, deadlines create urgency. Clarity builds focus. Step 3. Reverse engineer into monthly goals. Take your 12-month target and break it down. Month 1. Launch website. Build content. Define offer. Month 2. Get first 3 clients. Collect testimonials. Month 3. Run ads. Create referral program. This turns dreams into action. Step 4. Break monthly goals into weekly tasks. Every Sunday, ask, what 3 actions will move me closest to my goal this week? Examples: reach out to 10 leads. Publish 2 content pieces. Refine sales script. Step 5. Use daily execution and accountability. Each day, do one thing that moves the needle. Track it. Measure it, just weekly. Use a simple journal. Today's top task, progress made, obstacle fix. Here's what most people do. They set vague goals. They wait to feel ready. They try 10 things at once. They quit after 1 failure. That's not organized planning. It's random guessing. Successful people, they plan, test, track, tweak, repeat. They treat life like a campaign, not a casino. Let's simplify this into a daily routine anyone in the US or UK can use. The 3x3 planning formula. 3 monthly goals, 3 weekly actions, 3 daily tasks. Use tools like Notion, Google Calendar, or just pen and paper. The tool doesn't matter, the system does. Remember, you're not trying to be perfect, you're trying to be consistent. Your dream doesn't need more motivation, it needs a map. So ask yourself, where do I want to be 12 months from now? What's the exact plan to get there? What am I doing today to close that gap? Because without organized planning, success stays a fantasy. But with it, success becomes a system. And systems always win. Chapter 7, Decision. The success habit of the 1%. Indecision is the graveyard of opportunity. Think about it. How many chances have you missed because you've waited too long? Is that business idea you didn't act on? That job you didn't apply for? Is that investment you let pass? Most people stay stuck, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they delay decisions, and delay becomes a habit. In the US and UK, millions live in a loop. Overthinking, it's asking everyone's opinion, waiting for the perfect time. You think they're being careful, but in reality, they're just scared to choose. And that fear costs them time, money, energy, and ultimately their dreams. Napoleon Hill's research was clear. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them often. Speed is power. Why? Because fast decisions create momentum, and momentum is everything. Imagine driving a car. The hardest part is going from 0 to 10 miles per hour. Once you're moving, it's easier to steer, adjust, and accelerate. But if you never start the engine, you're just sitting in the driveway talking about where you want to go. Let's look at a real example. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She had an idea for a women's shapewear product. No business degree, no funding, no industry experience. But she made one bold decision. I'm going to create this. That one choice, not a plan, not a meeting, a decision, led her to becoming the youngest self-made female billionaire in America. No waiting, no overthinking. Just decide and move. How to build the decision habit. Like the 1% step 1. Cut out the noise. Stop polling 10 people about your next step. Everyone has an opinion, but only you live with the results. Listen to data. Trust your gut. Decide fast. Step 2. Set time limits on decisions for daily tasks. Decide in under 60 seconds. 4 big goals. 48 hours max. Don't let choices sit and rot. Speed equals clarity. Step 3. Use the yes-no rule if it's not a full yes. It's a no-do-don't. Don't stay stuck in the maybe zone. Decisive people don't live in gray areas. Step 4. Don't fear mistakes. Indecision feels safe, but it's deadly. Decision feels risky, but it's where all growth lives. Remember, you can fix a bad decision, but you can't fix no decision. Step 5. Track daily decisions every night. Ask, what decision did I make today? What did it lead to? This rewires your brain to become comfortable with action. Challenge for today. Make one bold decision you've been avoiding. Start the business. End the toxic relationship. Make the offer. Book the trip. Write it down. Commit to it, because when you decide, the universe responds. You don't need more time. You don't need more advice. You need to decide. Because the top 1% don't wait for permission. They don't stall on dreams. They choose, they move, they build. And the moment you do the same, that's the moment your life starts compounding. Chapter 8. Persistence. The billionaire's mindset. Most people fail. Not because they lack ability, but because they quit too soon. Here's the harsh truth. You will fail. It's not a maybe, it's a guarantee. But that's not a bug in the system. It's the feature. Persistence isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure win. That's what separates the 99% from the 1%. Let's get real. In the US and UK, there's a culture of instant success. We scroll past millionaire YouTubers, 19-year-old crypto bros, and overnight fitness influencers. So when we try something and it doesn't work in 2 weeks, what do? We quit. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Wrong. It just wasn't meant to be easy. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. But did he stop? No. He said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's billionaire mindset. It's not because he was a genius, but because he was relentless. 1. Most people quit at 40%, the first sign of rejection, loss, or confusion. They fold. 2. Winners push past the pain. They expect setbacks. They adapt. They tweak. They keep showing up. Because success is not a straight line. It's a messy spiral of progress, failure, learning, and progress again. Napoleon Hill's 4 rules for building persistence. 1. A definite purpose backed by burning desire. You can't persist through pain if you don't know what you want badly enough. Clarity equals fuel. 2. A definite plan. Hope is weak. Plans are strong. Even a bad plan beats no plan. 3. A mind closed to negativity, doubt, is contagious. So is laziness. Surround yourself with fighters, not quitters. 4. A habit of daily effort. Tiny action beats massive inaction. Do something every single day. No 0 days. Let's bring this home with a real example. Howard Schultz, Starbucks. He pitched his coffee shop idea to 242 investors. 217 said no. Only after years of rejection did he finally raise enough to open Starbucks. Today, Starbucks is a $100 plus billion brand. But it didn't start with brilliance. It started with persistence, your action plan. Build relentless grit. 1. Expect rejection. Set the bar low emotionally. Not everything will work. That's okay. 2. Set failure goals. Aim to get 10 rejections this month. It means you're trying. 3. Journal daily effort. Write down. What did I try today? What failed? What did I learn? What will I try tomorrow? 4. Celebrate effort, not outcome. Every time you persist, you win. Final words. Persistence isn't sexy. It isn't viral. But it's unbeatable. Because talent without persistence is wasted. Ideas without grit die. But ordinary people with relentless consistency, they build empires. So next time you feel like quitting, don't. Pause. Rest. Re-strategize. But don't stop. Next chapter. The power of the mastermind in the next chapter. We'll uncover how the world's most powerful achievers surround themselves with influence, ideas, and energy that multiplies their success. Learn how to build your own unstoppable inner circle. Chapter 9. Power of the mastermind. Don't do it alone. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Jim Rohn. Take a hard look at your circle. Are they dreamers or doubters? Builders or blamers? Do they raise your energy or drain it? Because here's the truth. No one becomes successful alone. Every billionaire, visionary, and history maker had one thing in common. A mastermind group. A small circle of people who challenge, uplift, and accelerate each other's growth. In the US and UK hustle culture, we romanticize the self-made hero. The entrepreneur grinding solo, the artist battling the odds. But isolation isn't noble, it's dangerous. Without support, your doubts get louder, your progress slows down, You burn out, dreams die in silence. They thrive in connection. Napoleon Hill studied 500 of the richest minds in America, including Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie. What he found? Oh, they didn't succeed in silos. They formed mastermind alliances, groups where ideas flowed, accountability was strong, and support was constant. These groups became mental laboratories where strategies were sharpened. Confidence was restored, and courage was multiplied. Alone, you go fast. Together, you go far. In 1727, Benjamin Franklin created a group called the Junto Club, a mastermind of thinkers, craftsmen, and entrepreneurs. They met weekly, too. Share wins and struggles, debate ideas, hold each other accountable. That group helped launch libraries, fire stations, and even the University of Pennsylvania. One idea amplified by many minds. That's the mastermind effect. Who belongs in your mastermind? 1. A mentor. Someone ahead of you. Their insights can save you years of trial and error. 2. A peer. Someone at your level. They understand your struggles and push you to stay in the game. 3. A challenger. Someone who questions you, who doesn't let you coast or settle for less. 4. A believer. Someone who sees your potential when you forget it. This isn't about cheerleaders. It's about challengers, thinkers, and doers. How to build your own mastermind. Step 1. Identify your goal, business, fitness, wealth. Your mastermind should center around that. Step 2. Reach out. Find 2 to 4 like-minded people. They don't need to be experts, just driven. Step 3. Meet weekly, 45 to 60 minutes. Set an agenda. Share progress. Ask questions. Solve problems. Step 4. Stay consistent. The power is in momentum. This group becomes your growth gym, your challenge this week. Don't wait for the perfect people. Don't wait to be invited. Start your group. Post on LinkedIn. Message your contacts. Ask who else is serious about growing in your goal. Create your own inner circle of fire, because the fastest way to multiply your success is to stop walking alone. Chapter 10. The Power of Emotion. How? The emotion of sex is an irresistible force. When harnessed and redirected, it becomes one of the most powerful creative tools available to humans. Napoleon Hill, let's be honest. Most people misunderstand this chapter. Gay. They hear sex energy and immediately think of lust, romance, or relationships. But Napoleon Hill wasn't talking about physical attraction. He was talking about creative power, life force, pure, raw, human drive. This chapter isn't about sex. It's about transformation. Every human has an internal engine of emotion. Passion, desire, drive, ambition. Hill argued that sex energy is the most powerful of them all. Why? Because it carries the strongest biological urge to create. And creation doesn't just mean babies. It means ideas. It means businesses. It means movements. All great achievements are born from intense desire. When that energy is redirected from the physical into the mental or spiritual, it becomes transmutation. It's not suppression. It's not avoidance. It's redirection. You take your strongest emotional energy and point it toward your goal. That same fire that fuels desire can be aimed at. Building a brand, creating art, leading a team, solving a global problem, the energy is the same. The direction changes everything. 1. Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor, was famously celibate his entire life. Why? Because he believed that abstaining allowed him to direct his full energy into innovation. 2. Muhammad Ali. Before a fight, Ali would refrain from sex for weeks. He believed it sharpened his focus and aggression. 3. Steve Jobs. He channeled his intense personality and passion into product design and team energy. His obsession wasn't physical, it was visionary. 4. Oprah Winfrey, known for her emotional intelligence and passion. Oprah harnessed emotional energy to build a media empire that influenced millions. These people didn't waste their fire, they focused it. How to harness emotion for massive success. 1. Identify what sparks your fire. What gets you emotional? Excited? Frustrated? That's your fuel. Use it. 2. Create daily emotional rituals. Start your day with music, movement, or journaling that gets you emotionally engaged. Use your feelings, don't ignore them. 3. Set a focus flame. Each week, choose one project to channel your full drive into. Don't scatter your fire, concentrate it. 4. Turn cravings into creation. When you feel distracted by impulse, ask, what could I create instead of consume right now? Rewire desire into discipline. We are emotional beings. The most successful people don't run from emotion, they master it. They take their deepest fire and use it to light up the world. So the next time you feel desire, don't suppress it, redirect it. Because inside that energy is your next great idea, your next leap forward, your next big win. Don't waste your passion. Chapter 11. The Subconscious Mind, your silent business partner. The subconscious mind makes no distinction between constructive and destructive thought impulses. It works with the material we feed it. Napoleon Hill, imagine this. You have a business partner who works 24 hours a day, never sleeps, and never complains. He records every word you say, every image you see, and every thought you think. Now here's the twist. That partner is your subconscious mind. It never argues with you. It never questions your commands. It simply executes, faithfully, relentlessly. So the real question is, what are you feeding it? The silent shaper of your destiny. Think of your subconscious like soil. It doesn't care what kind of seed you plant, whether it's fear or faith, doubt or belief, success or failure. Your subconscious will grow exactly what you sow. Every thought, word, emotion, image gets planted as a seed. Over time, that seed takes root, shaping your habits, your identity, and your results. The subconscious runs 95% of your daily behavior. So if your results haven't changed, your input hasn't either. How to reprogram your subconscious for wealth? Let's get tactical. Here are 3 tools that the world's top performers use. 1. Nightly affirmations. Why at night? Because just before sleep, your brain enters alpha and theta waves, the gateway to the subconscious. Instead of doom scrolling or watching mindless TV, feed your brain affirmations like, I am worthy of wealth. My ideas create value. Money flows to me from multiple sources. I am confident, focused, and decisive. Repeat them out loud, with emotion. Don't whisper them. Command them. 2. Visualization routines. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined experiences. That's why elite athletes visualize their perfect race or flawless performance. Every night before bed, close your eyes. Visualize your goals as already done. See the bank balance, the business, the freedom. Feel the emotion of success. This programs your subconscious to start acting in alignment with that image. 3. Positive audio before sleep instead of Netflix. Try audiobooks on mindset. Binaural beats with affirmations. YouTube videos with prosperity messages. Why? Because the last voice you hear at night becomes the loudest in your subconscious. Let that voice be on your side. Bonus hack. Sleep programming. Place a speaker beside your bed. Play an 8-hour loop of affirmations while you sleep. You won't consciously hear them, but your subconscious will. After 30 days, you'll start to think differently without trying. That's subconscious reprogramming. Your subconscious is always listening. You can't turn it off, but you can take control of what it hears. So, stop feeding it fear, comparison, and self-doubt, and start feeding it certainty, vision, and belief. Master the mind behind the scenes, and your external reality will never be the same. Chapter 12. The Sixth Sense. Intuition is your wealth GPS. The sixth sense is that still, small voice which speaks from within, the faculty of creative imagination. Napoleon Hill, let's start with a truth bomb. Your brain is more powerful than any computer. It processes millions of signals per second. But the conscious mind can only focus on a few at a time. So where does the rest go? Into the subconscious. And then, something magical happens. What is the sixth sense, really? Napoleon Hill calls it the apex of your mind's power. It's not fantasy or woo-woo mysticism. It's pattern recognition. It's when you just know the timing is right. You meet the right person at the perfect moment. You avoid a bad decision without knowing why. That's not luck. That's the sixth sense kicking in. It's your internal GP, as spilt from your past experiences, emotions, and knowledge quietly guiding you. But here's the key. You can't earn the sixth sense without putting in the reps. You don't get intuition from guessing. You get it from doing the work. Warren Buffett's gut isn't guesswork. The Oracle of Omaha has made billions using intuition. But don't be fooled. His decisions come from decades of reading, analyzing, and thinking deeply about markets and human nature. When Buffett makes a decision in minutes, it's not random. It's the sixth sense firing from 60 years of knowledge. That's how intuition works. Preparation plus emotion plus repetition equals pattern recognition. How to activate your sixth sense. 1. Consume high-quality input. Your intuition can only work with what you feed it. Fill your mind with biographies of great leaders, financial education, business breakdowns, emotional awareness tools. 2. Reflect and record patterns. After every big decision, ask, what was I feeling? What did I ignore or trust? What can I learn? This makes your intuition sharper over time. 3. Meditate daily. Silence allows the inner voice to speak. In the noise of the world, your instincts get drowned, but in silence, they become clear. The secret trust. After work, blind trust is dangerous. But earned intuition, that's gold. When your mind is trained, when your experience is deep, when your emotions are aligned with logic, then the sixth sense becomes your secret weapon, like a compass in the storm, like a whisper in the noise, like a spotlight on your next move. This week, make one decision based on your intuition. But first do the research, gather facts, then ... close your eyes. What does your gut say? Trust it, train it, follow it, because your sixth sense isn't magic. It's your earned intelligence, guiding you toward greatness. Conclusion. Why most people stay broke? The truth will set you free. But first, it will piss you off. Gloria Steinem, let's get brutally honest. The steps in Think and Grow Rich are not complicated. There's no secret spell, no Ivy League degree required, and no $1 million startup capital needed. So then, ... why do most people stay broke? Why do they read self-help books, watch endless motivational videos, and still end up in the same spot, ... year after year? The answer is simple, but it's not easy to hear. They don't apply what they learned. That's the harsh truth Napoleon Hill never sugarcoated. People read the 13 principles. They nod in agreement. They dream about results. But they don't act. They don't commit. They don't persist. They say, I'll start next week. I'm still researching. I need to be more confident first. All of it, excuses. Dressed up as logic, the mind is ready, but the habits are weak. Hill warned this back in the 1930s and it's still true in 2025. We're drowning in information, but starving for execution. Most people would rather be entertained than empowered. They seek dopamine over discipline. But here's the unlock. If you apply even 3 of these 13 principles, just 3, consistently, you will outperform 90% of the population. Why? Because consistency beats brilliance. Don't wait, decide now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the kids grow up or your debt clears, or Mercury's out of retrograde. Now, because indecision is the graveyard of wealth. And every day you delay is another day your dream dies a little. You don't need more motivation. You need a decision with action behind it. Final wake-up call. Look around. Most people work jobs they hate, check their bank balance in fear, distract themselves instead of transforming themselves. Hey, but that's not you anymore. You've walked through all 13 principles. You've absorbed the mindset of millionaires, leaders, and legends. Now's the time to become one of them. Your next move. Pick 3 principles that hit you hardest. Write them down. Build a 90-day plan around them. Track progress, weekly, celebrate wins, learn from losses, and most importantly, never stop, because the future you dream about, it's not a fantasy. It's a result waiting to be claimed. The only question is, will you act or will you stay average? Your future self is already watching. Don't keep them waiting.